How you doing? How you doing? How you living? How we I don't know what to say next, but hey, so welcome back to my channel. And you are on Dacia's journey. Let's go. You know, guys, listen, I watched a lot of Disney Channel back in my day, and I think that's why I do that. Let's get back to it. So y'all, if y'all didn't, seriously, if y'all didn't watch at least the first two story times, y'all are gonna be utterly confused. I think it was the first two story times. Hold on, let me check. Yes, guys, the first two story times. How I started dating my baby father, and he cheated on me on the first week, especially that one, and the first one, but especially the second one, guys. Okay, especially the second one. Okay, so listen, guys. Okay. This one, I can't believe I almost missed this one. Y'all would have told this one all late and wrong, and then listen, honey. So, right, this was, I believe this was when we was still in the motel. Like, we had to have been still in the motel, because I'm trying to think, like, was we staying, this was after the eviction, this was after the foreclosure, and I'm pretty sure we was in a motel because there was no other reason. Yeah, so this was when we were still in the motel. It had to be, okay? I can't really remember for sure, but I'm just like thinking of the timeline. Like, it had to be when we were still living in the motel. And we decided to go to church. And you know, when people are struggling, they always want to go to church because they feel like if they go to church, they'll get the answers they need. They'll get like the resources they need or whatever. They just feel like they need to go to church when something bad happened in their life. So Shaniqua and her big sister was those kind of people. So they wanted to go. I said I'll come with them. So since I was going with them, my baby father and Shaniqua's boyfriend was like, I bet, I guess we'll go. Like, we ended up all just going to church, right? So it was as soon as we got out of the car. So we're driving, vroom, vroom, vroom. We pull up to the church. I get out of the car. As soon as I get out of the car, I see this female walking over to the car. So obviously she know what she doing. So I'm not gonna, I'm not paying it much mind, but I'm like peeping, like, what's going on? Anybody know her? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know her. Y'all know her? Like, cause she dead boat heading to the car. We just got there. Who else you go to? So she pulls up to the car, right? She's at the car, right? She gave this look to my baby father that I can never, ever, ever, ever forget. And I could never forget it. Like, I'm seeing it right now in my head, and it's driving me a little nuts because I wish I understood what that look meant at that time. Like, if I understood what that look meant right then and there, woo, I would have saved myself loads of pain. You know what I'm saying? But I was just confused. Like, it looked funny, but I was just like, if she got a problem with that. But, like, I was more so on, like, I'm going to defend him versus what's going on between y'all two. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, why is she looking at him like that? But I didn't even say nothing because as soon as she looked at him, she just started talking to Shaniqua. So I was like, oh, okay, her and Shaniqua are friends. Let me pipe down. We about to go into the church. Let me cool off, right? So I'm chilling. I'm trying to mind my business, whatever. My baby father, he's standing next to me. He's not huddled up with them or nothing. Like, he's standing with me. So we're heading into the church, right? We get into the church, right? So we get into the church, right? And I feel like we walked in while they were doing prayer. So we was just like waiting in the hallway for a second before we can go actually into the sanctuary. So we sitting down in the little hallway area, and my baby father, first, Shaniqua, and, okay, I'm going to give this girl a name, okay? So I definitely wrote a name down. I believe, like, if I probably said this in my previous story time, that's why I have a name down already. Stephanie. If I had mentioned Steph, I'm pretty sure I mentioned Stephanie, bro, in the second story time. So you really need to go watch the second story time if y'all haven't watched the second story time, because this is all coming together. I don't want you confused because I'm not about to tell y'all what happened in the second story time right now. I'm just not. So you have to watch that one first and then come back, baby. It's okay. It's not gonna take too much time. Just click off, click back. All right, I'm glad you're back. Now let's talk about it, right? So Stephanie and Shaniqua, them two, they, while we waiting, they decided to go to the bathroom, right? So it's just me, right, sorry. So now it's just because I was trying to figure out where Big Sis was at. Like, I didn't see her. I don't know where she went. She disappeared. But all I remember, honestly, it was just me, my baby father, and one of the sons, one of Big Sis's sons, because me and him, we just got attached to the hat. Like, I said it. We got attached at the hip. Like, he was my road dog. Like, we were friends. And him and the little baby, he was like 1 year old, so I was home, a little baby, and Shaniqua's boyfriend. So we're all just chilling, minding our business, right? So Shaniqua's boyfriend was like, yo, I'm gonna be right back. So he dipped off. I don't know where Big Sis was at. So now it's just me and my baby father, baby boy, right? This guy was like, I'm gonna go check on Shaniqua's boyfriend. So I was just like, why everybody leaving? Like, I'm dead just sitting here like, what in the world? Like, y'all brought me here. Like, I don't understand. So I wasn't gonna go look for problems. Like, I'm at church. I love God. So I'm just like, I'm about to worship. Like, I'm kind of like in a good mood. Like, I wasn't trying to look for drama, look for issues. I'm at church. Like, I used to love church, but now, like, I have church hurt. So back then, though, like, I was like, oh, church, like, saints, glorify his name, yeah, you know, like. So I was in a good mood. I'm just like, why everybody, like, where they going? But I didn't pay no mind. So I was just chilling, minding my business, playing with little baby boy, like, we having blast, right? So, and then Big Sis, that's where she went. She had went into the kitchen to do something. I don't know. I think she was making baby boy a bottle of something. And then she came back. She was like, oh, come here, come on. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. So I go back there with her, and I'm chilling with her. Still don't know where my baby father is, right? My boyfriend at the time. I don't know where he is, right? I'm trying not to, because at the time, like, I was cool. Like, I had no problem with this. Like, I didn't think nothing of anything. I really didn't. I did not think the worst at all. I knew something was off, but I didn't really care to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So, like, now that I know all about it, I'm just like, yo, like, to this day, I still don't know what was happening, like, what they were talking about or what they were. Okay, I'm getting too far ahead. Let me back up. I'm sorry. So, I'm back there with Big Sis and her sons, right? And I was playing with them or whatever. And then we ended up getting seated. Me and Big Sis got seated. And then that's when Shaniqua's boyfriend, and my boyfriend, my baby father, had showed up. And they just came in and piled in and sat down next to me. So I was just like, hey guys, whatever. So when I tell you, he had the guiltiest look on his face, but I didn't understand it at the time. I was just like, what is, Lord, you are awesome. Like, I did not care. Like, I was just like, God is great. Like, you know, I really was in the zone. Like, with my Lord, my Savior, Jesus Christ. But with him, like, it was just like, I don't know. Whatever. I'm in my seat, minding my own little business, having a good old time. Not paying him no mind. I'm worshiping the Lord, right? So fast forward, you know, church and everything good. Like, he was sitting next to me the whole time. Everything was straight, right? So now I think we were waiting on Big Sis for something. I don't know. She ended up doing something, so we was waiting on her, right? So we was in the back area or whatever. Like, there was like snacks or something like that for us to grab. And I'm just kind of like feeding the kids rather. Well, one of them. I think it was just one of them. I always had one at a time. So I was giving him a snack or whatever. My baby father, he was there. He was chilling with me, and then he was like, I'll be right back. And I was just like I don't know. I really did. I was really like, I don't know. I didn't care. So he runs off somewhere. I'm chilling, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, where is he? Like, he was gone for like a good minute, and I was just sitting there by myself. Like, everybody disappeared again. So everybody then ran off. I don't know where anybody's at. I don't understand why anybody left, but I gotta feed baby boy. You know, I'm chilling. Like my ride's out there somewhere. I don't know. It's not like I had anywhere to be or anyone to see or anything to do. So I was chilling, honey. Like I don't know. So he's gone for a minute, and I'm wondering like, where is he? What's he doing? But he'll be back. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like he'll be back. It's just like, what are you doing? So when he came back with Big Sis. So I didn't like where were you? Like I got distracted because I was wondering if he was gonna leave. I saw Big Sis. She drive the car. She the one who take us places. So I'm just like, are we leaving now? Like, you know, so I got distracted. And she was like, all right guys, we're about to leave. We just gotta wait for Shaniqua. She was talking to Stephanie. So Shaniqua, you remember, like I said, Shaniqua and Stephanie was friends. So yes, they were saying like they was talking or whatever. So we was waiting, whatever. We get in the car, we leave. Everything peaches and green. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like everything is fine. Like I said peaches and green. Like I think I just mixed two different sayings together, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. So she ends up coming. Shaniqua ended up coming back. We end up leaving, and we was good. Like everything was fine. Nothing happened. The rest of the day went on. It was cool. And then wait, no, I'm lying. After that, so we ended up leaving. Right? We ended up about to go back to the motel. But then Shaniqua said, like, hold on, like Stephanie said she was gonna do my hair. I just gotta figure out when she's available. And so we like pulled over somewhere. I think we went to Walmart to, you know, $5 discount, a couple things. We got like stalled or something like that. I'm pretty sure we went to Walmart to grab, you know, some food to eat, because, you know, if you didn't watch the first or two the second video, honey, I know you're confused. But anyway. Anyway, right, so we once we finished eating our free meal, Lord have mercy, we ended up getting back in the car, and that's when Shaniqua had said like, oh, okay, like she gonna do my hair today, like take me over there. So we drive all the way over there, right? We drop her off, and then so first off, like when we dropped off Shaniqua, like first we dropped off Shaniqua's boyfriend, because that's another story and that has nothing to do with anything. So we dropped him off, right? So then we dropped off Shaniqua, and me and my baby father, we was just gonna wait in the car until she was done, or like drive around and do something until she was done, right? Because we had the car, because Big Sis, like she went back to her baby father or whatever with her kids. So it was just the four of us now, like Shaniqua, boyfriend, my boyfriend, and me. And then we dropped off Shaniqua's boyfriend, then we dropped off Shaniqua, and we was gonna wait in the car, right? So me and my boyfriend, we just chilling, like, you know, sitting in the car talking, whatever. I'm not thinking nothing about anything, just talking to my boyfriend. Then he gets a text message. He was like, oh, they said we can come inside. You want to go inside? I was like, who is that? And he was like, you remember the girl from church earlier? I was like, oh, okay. All right. And it was weird. Like, it was so weird. The energy around the conversation was so weird. But I was just like, whatever. And I go into the house, and I just, like, I will never, ever forget how weird she was to me. Like, I would never forget that. And what made it worse, okay, I'm about to skip. So let me back up, right? So we get to the house. I get in the house, right? So we chilling or whatever. I don't automatically go in somebody's house and just sit down. Like, I don't do that. I don't welcome myself a seat. I just feel like that's rude, because certain people have certain spots in their house or certain chairs. Don't sit in that chair. Don't sit in that chair. Don't sit on that side of the couch because it's broken. You got to sit on, you know, you don't ever know. I've been through some things, so I don't just sit down. You know, I kind of like find a nice little wall, put my back against something, and just look around for a good amount of time, right? So that's what I'm doing. So my baby father though, like he walk in, he sit right down, like he been here before. So I'm not gonna do that because I'm not like that. So I come in and whatever, I'm standing against the wall, and he was just like, "What you doing? Come over, sit down." And I looked at her like, and she was like, mm-hmm. Like, I guess kind of look like, mm-hmm. No, it's just like, Okay. So I go sit down, chilling with him, and I think she said like if y'all thirsty, y'all can get something to drink out of the fridge. So my boyfriend like he had told me to go do that, so I got us a drink, and we was just chilling. She was doing her hair, and then we was watching something, and I felt really weird in this house to the point where I felt like I probably smoked too much type of thing. Like you ever got too high, like I don't know, or too drunk or something like that when you just intoxicated and it's just too much, or shoot, you could be too tired, you know what I'm saying, where your brain is just not working right. Like that's how I was feeling in this house. Like there was something was wrong, like something was wrong. So I wasn't feeling good. Like I just really wasn't feeling good, like random. So I'm just like, you know what? Let me go to the bathroom. Like, maybe I have to poop. I don't know. It's been a long day. So I asked her, I was like, all right, can I use the bathroom? She's like, yeah, go to da. So I go sit to the bathroom. And I didn't poop. Barely had to pee. So I was just like, I don't feel well up in here. Like, what is going on? But I couldn't put my finger on nothing because it's just like, I don't know what it is. Like, I didn't eat nothing bad. I barely ate. You know what I'm saying? Like, the most I had was that Walmart food. So it was just like, I don't know what it could be. So I just kind of like chalked it up to a well type of thing. And I went back down. I sat down with him. And by then though, this boy is in another chair that's closer to Stephanie. Okay, I'm not gonna curse you out for choosing a different seat. So I just sat back in the seat that I was sitting in before, which was a couch. Now I'm sitting on the couch alone because my boyfriend is sitting, is sitting on the on the chair with the girl. My boyfriend is sitting on the chair that was positioned right next to the girl, Stephanie. All of a sudden, I know I was in the bathroom for a little while. Probably was like a good 5, 7, 10 minutes. I don't know. But child. So then, what happened was, I was just chilling on the couch. I was just like, whatever. I'm not going to cause a big deal out of it. I'm on my phone, I'm my business. Eventually, he did come back to the couch, but I don't care. I don't care about eventually. I really don't. Like, I'm not going to get mad. I'm not mad. No, I'm not. I'm not mad. You are, But anyway, ciao, okay? So, we in this house, whatever, and I'm not feeling good. So I told her, I was like, I'm about to go step outside. Like, I just felt like I needed air. Like, I was not feeling good. And it's so crazy how a woman's intuition works. Like, if I understood what my body was trying to tell me, it would have been clicked, bro. Bro, I had a warning from the very first time I saw her at the church in the parking lot, all the way inside her crib. Why are we inside her crib? Why are we here? Why are we here? We couldn't go anywhere else. We could have sat at the playground if I knew what was going on. But okay. Okay, shoot, I would have took you back to my mom's house if I knew what was going on. But okay, so let me just slow down. So, okay, so honestly, we're gonna have to fast forward because I literally we had our like dang near our whole relationship before I found out. No, I'm lying. It wasn't our whole relationship, but it was too far in, if you ask me. We were far into our relationship before I actually found out who this girl was. And it was so frustrating that I didn't find out sooner. I'm so mad my brain didn't put the pieces together. It was like a piece of my brain did. That's why I was feeling like poop and I was feeling nauseous. You remember when my stomach sunk into my butthole and I felt like I had to poop in the second story time? That's how I was feeling, but I didn't understand why. I wish I understood why. Anyway, we're gonna move on. So after he sat back on the couch with me, we ended up falling asleep. But who knows? He could have faked it, got up it. No, I'm lying. He probably didn't do that because we were like leaning on each other. So if he got up, I would have definitely felt that. But yo, when you miss a couple things, you get a little paranoid, you know. But anyway, anyway, so fast forward, right? This is when now I'm back home with my mother, right? And he moved in with me and her, right? Um, so he's living with us or whatever, and he had okay. So he, like, there's so many story times from in between this day sitting at her house to the day I'm about to tell y'all. But I'm gonna have to just combine it for y'all to get the story. You know what I'm saying? We're fast forwarding in my journey for sure, but listen, this is what happened. So, fast forward. Now we're here at the point where I'm staying. I'm back in my mother's house. I'm pretty sure I'm in college now, and yeah, I was definitely in college by that point. It's my first semester, and he was just playing basketball all day, right? So probably like a couple months before this, there's so many story times. This is actually like, so a couple months before this, I'm actually going to tell this as an actual story time, but I'm going to give y'all brief information real quick. He broke his phone, right? So he didn't have a phone. He didn't have I'm going to tell y'all the story about like why he broke his phone. Because, child, that's a story. But right now, his phone broke, and he was using mine. Like, he didn't have iPad or like, a backup, nothing. You know what I'm saying? You break your phone. Like, he didn't have money to like get a new one or get it fixed or anything like that. His phone wasn't even on, like, you know what I'm saying? So he didn't even have a service. So like once he broke his phone, it was done. Like, everything he had on his phone was gone. And so he was using my phone. Like, he logged into as many things as you can think of on my phone: Instagram, Snapchat, Gmail, Facebook. Like, I had all of his information on my phone. So at this point in our relationship, like, he wasn't doing anything anymore. Like, he was completely faithful and honest too. Like, if there was something I had to ask him, he would tell me the truth. Like, I double checked on him too, because from the time I was telling y'all when we was in Stephanie's house all the way to this day, like, there was so many other situations. I don't want to hype it. It wasn't so many, but there was enough. There was enough situations that occurred with other females and him, and I had to check him with. So there was, which is so sad. Like, why in the heck was he? Okay, so when it came to this situation, right? While he's like honest and faithful and everything, I would just randomly ask him stuff just to make sure like he's still being honest with me. Basically, like, random questions like, "Who's this girl? Oh yeah, I effed her back when we was da da da." Like, he'll tell me, he'll give it straight out, and I already have the proof. I have the information. I'm just checking. You know what I'm saying? And he would tell me the truth. So this in particular day, I was chilling at home, and I believe this was a weekend. I didn't have no classes, and I didn't have no classes, and he was bored. He wanted to go somewhere with me that I'm a homebody, so it's hard to get me to be active. So he was just ready to go do something. So he was like, I'm just gonna play ball. Like, he played, ball is life. Like, yeah, that's his middle name. So he went to go play ball, right? He's out, he's playing ball. I have my phone with me, right? So with him, in order for us to keep in contact, he would text me. Like, he memorized my phone number, and he would text me off of other people's phone. So that's how we kept in contact, since he didn't have a phone. Just a little disclaimer, but that's not important. Anyway, though, he literally had all of his stuff still logged in on my phone. Nothing logged out, everything's still logged in. So I'm on my phone, and I didn't realize it wasn't my login information. I'm on Snapchat, and it didn't click yet, type of thing. Because sometimes, like, he will log out, and I would just have to log myself back in. But when it's like stayed logged in, like, I don't know, like, sometimes my brain just didn't register yet. Like, like, oh, this is his profile. Like, especially with Snapchat, it was a little different. So this is when it gets freaking frustrating. So Right? So, right, I'm sitting here on my phone, chilling in my room, minding my good old business, right? Having a good old little chill time. My boyfriend out. I'm chilling in the crib by myself. My mom was at work, cooling. I'm on my phone, whatever. I'm about to get on Snapchat for something. I was bored. And I ended up realizing I was on his profile. So immediately I think, oh, let me go log out, but he had gotten a notification, so I got distracted. So I go back and I try to, you know how, I don't know if y'all ever use Snapchat, but if y'all use Snapchat, bro, back in the day, y'all ever like slide the message over just a little bit just to read what it says without opening it? Yeah, that's what I was doing. So I wanted to see what they was talking about. It was nothing for real. Like, I believe it was like just something about like sports or something, like, yeah, last night's game was fantastic. I don't know, like some guy stuff, you know. Yes, I open messages with your friends because guys talk to their friends about females all the time. So yes, I don't care if you're a female or a guy. I'm reading the message, especially they should back then. Anyway, though, so I'm looking at whatever. So I just got curious from that point on. Like, since I got away with murder with that one, I wanted to get away with murder more. Like, I'm here by myself. He's not here. Like, what else got? Like, did I miss anything over time? Like, what's going on here? I'm scrolling, looking at things, opening everything. Cool. And I ended up scrolling so far down that I ended up hitting the messages that was there from the beginning of our relationship when my stomach hit my butt, and then I went and I actually had to use the bathroom. And in story time number 2, if you didn't watch that, listen. If you haven't clicked out of the story time yet to go watch that, honey, listen, I just strongly advise you do that. So, right, so I'm scrolling down so much that I finally see the messages that I seen from the beginning of time, right? So I was just like, wow, I didn't realize I scrolled down this far. So I don't know. I just ended up opening one of them, and it just happened to be the message he was talking to was Stephanie. Stephanie, the one that he almost got pregnant. Do y'all remember Stephanie? Do y'all? Do y'all remember Stephanie? Remember when Stephanie in the second story time where he saw there was a message around the same time where me and him was messing around? We wasn't official, but we was definitely involved. And he had a pregnancy scare with Stephanie. Do y'all remember Stephanie? Like, do y'all remember Stephanie? So listen, I'm going to tell y'all from how it hit me, right? So I'm literally on the phone. I opened a message and I was like, oh snap, I remember this one. I'm reading it, whatever, just scrolling up nosy, watching her story and everything. I'm like, yo, she looks so familiar. And I'm just looking at the pictures, and I'm like, and I'm just sitting there thinking, I'm like, yo, she looks so familiar. Where in the heck did I see her from? Because mind you, when I was at church, I wasn't caring about this girl at all. Even when we went to her crib, I did not care about the girl. I really didn't. Like, I was not focused on her or what may have been going on or what is going on. I wasn't paying any mind to anything. So yeah, I saw her face, but it didn't register deep enough for me to be like, oh, this is her. Why? I wish I can tell you, because I want to know why too. But anyway, right? So I'm looking, I'm like, yo, isn't this the girl? This is the girl I saw at that church. And then it hit me. I was just like, that's, you know, when 2 + 2 start adding up, bro, and everything start getting your brain, like, yo, literally, I'm like, that's why she looked at him in the parking lot. That's why he kept asking to be right back. That's why, oh my gosh. I was like, why the heck did he take me to her crib? We was sitting up in it. Yo, I was pissed. Like, I was fuming. Like, I was sitting there, like, with my phone in my hand, like, and what the worst part about it, what really made me frustrated was, this was probably at least like 2 months. At least 2 months went by. That's what really put the icing on the cake for me. You mean to tell me that at least 2 months went by since I figured this out, Daisha? I'm this late? Like, I'm this late? Did I have to know this? No, I didn't. I did look through his messages, so. But, wait, so what was they talking about? Like, why he kept leaving me to go talk to her? What was they speaking about? Like, I was really like, And he was gone for a minute. Like, no way. So there's no way that they didn't have sex or nothing. He did kiss her? Did they kiss? Listen, honey, right? So I was really like sitting there like, I can't believe he played me in my face. Like, I was really like, imagine I took him to a guy house that I used to F on, and that almost got me pregnant. That's foul. That's hella foul. Like, how did you sleep at night right next to me after playing me in my face like that all day? From the beginning of the morning when we went to church all the way to the end of the day when we fell asleep on each other because she was doing her hair. How? You guys have no idea how pissed off I was. Like, like at that time in my life, I was so mad. Like, I was so freaking mad. Like, it wasn't even funny. Like, you have no idea how intense the wait for him to get home was. Like, so literally, I'm like, yo, when he get back, I'm definitely about to press him about this, but I'm like, how am I gonna go about it? Like, am I just gonna be like, hold that? You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, you know what? I think I'm gonna just show him the messages. I was like, nah, that's not gonna work. He already knows I've seen the messages. How am I gonna do this? So I'm sitting there thinking, right? So as soon as he get back, he's like, hey, babe. Like, he's excited. He's full of energy, of course, because he just had a great time playing ball with his little buddies. Happy. Ready to hop into the shower, have a good night with me. He's in a good mood. And I really wanted him to stay in that good mood. Right? So he get in the crib, right? He's having himself a good little jolly little time, whatever, having a good little life, just being happy. Just by being happy, having a good little life, being happy. He put his basketball stuff all away or whatever. He's getting himself ready for a shower. And I'm just sitting there looking at him. And he's talking though the whole time. He's talking, telling me about the playing and all that. Like, yeah, you know, I got about 3 of this guy, yo, I almost got, you know, all this stuff. Just telling me all these things, right? About the game, right? I'm just sitting there looking at him, listening to him. And I'm just like, yo, I really don't want to ruin this mood, but I'm just not about to let this slide. Like, no, you're not about to. You got away with murder for like 2 months. Like, you're tripping. So, listen. So I'm sitting there like, chill, like literally in my head, like, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do it though. So I'm just sitting there listening to him. I'm just like, babe. So I was on my phone and I saw that your Snapchat was still logged in. And he was like, Daisha, please don't. And he was definitely like, Daisha, please. I was like, no. We don't gotta argue. Because like I said, like I really didn't want to ruin his mood, but like I'm definitely gonna say this. So literally, oh my gosh. So he's like, Daisha, don't. I was like, no, we don't even gotta argue. Like we don't have to take it there. No. But listen. So I was on your Snapchat and I had scrolled down. I was like, remember when I found out that you was cheating on, like talking to a bunch of different girls in the beginning of a relationship? I'm dead just talking to him, just like this. I'm like, in the beginning of a relationship, like I'm trying to tell him a story. I was in the beginning of a relationship. Remember that? He was there like you know, standing up like, where are you going with this? And I was just like, you remember? Like, tell me, do you remember that? He was like, yeah. I was like, remember one of them? And I was like, I told him, I was like, I don't know her name, but we met her. Like, and bro, I'm sorry, because I keep having these flashbacks. Child. So he over there, he's literally standing there like, where's she about to go with this? Like, where's she about to go with this? What's she saying? I'm like, no, tell me, like, do you remember? And he's like, yeah. Like, yeah, I remember. And I was just like, so I noticed that one of the girls that, like, she was saying, like, she might have been pregnant, remember? He said her name. I didn't know her name. I just knew her by her Snapchat name. So, he was just like, yeah, so Stephanie, I'm going to just say Stephanie. He was like, yeah, Stephanie? I was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, like, I guess, like, you said the one, and she had a big nose. So I was like, with the big nose? Like, yeah. And he was like, yeah, what about her? I was like, why the F you had me in her house? Like, I just literally just went off like that. Like, why the F you had me in her house? He was like, what are you talking about? I was like, no, like, remember when we went to church with Shaniqua and Shaniqua boyfriend? He was like, oh, like, he literally was just like, it like dawned on him in such a different way. Like, it was just like, it was like at the time when he was actually doing it, it's like it didn't phase him the way it phased him in this moment. And I believe it was because he decided to be faithful and honest to me at this point. So now that he's ready to be faithful and honest, he can see now that how, like, he can clearly see how foul that is. At the time when he wasn't all the way faithful and honest with me, like, he didn't have it in his head, like in his mindset, he didn't have his mindset to be faithful and honest to me. So since his mind wasn't set on it, he wasn't really doing it, and it didn't really feel that or seem or look that effed up. But now that he's being more faithful and honest, he's like, oh my gosh, like, it literally, like, you guys have no idea, like, the face he made was like so like, whoa, I'm sorry, like, you know what I'm saying? But he literally was like, oh, I was like, yeah, you remember? He was like, Daisha, listen. You have to understand, like, that was a while ago. I was like, I understand it was a while ago, and that's why I'm really, like, I don't want to curse, but that's why I said, like, that's why I'm really effing pissed off. Like, you dad had me in her crib, smiling in her face simply because I'm in her crib. And just a couple months ago, you was in her guts, giving her your kids. That's not wild. That's not wild. That's not crazy. Cause I think that's pretty effing crazy. Like, I literally was just like that. Like, literally, like, I think that's pretty effing crazy. And he was like, listen, look, I understand you're mad, but I really don't want you to be mad with me for the rest of the night. I was like, bro, that's what you're worried about? Me being mad for the rest of the night? Do you understand how stupid you made me look by allowing me to be in her house? Do you understand how embarrassing that is for me? And he was just like, why are you embarrassed? I was like, are you kidding me? I was in her crib where you was just effing her at just a couple months ago. He was like, man, you don't even know if y'all was ever in her crib. I was like, I literally called him by his name. I was like, don't play with me. Don't effing play with me. The way you sat on her couch, you could tell that you was there before. Like I said, everything was swarming back. I had everything in my head perfectly well at this point. You know what I'm saying? So I was not confused at all. I was very, very clear. Okay? So I literally was like, bro, the way you sat on her couch with, well, yo, because it was crazy how he tried to play me for a quick second. Like, it was, like, it's just crazy. But anyway, guys, this guy was really like, you don't even know. I was like, bro, the way you sat on her couch, you can tell you was there before. He was like, all right, listen. And I guess he dropped his act, right? He's like, you know what, listen. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. And like, he dad was just like, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I did do that. You're right. And that was definitely like, and I was like, how would you feel if I did something like that to you though? Like, for real, like, that's not crazy? He was like, Daisha, I understand. Like, I get it. And I was like, no, but answer my question. Like, that wouldn't have, no? And he was like, no, I would be pissed off. I understand why you're upset. Trust me, I'm not mad that you're mad. I just don't want to fight with you. Like, we're in a good space. This was 2 months ago. However many times it was. He said the time frame. But I'm pretty sure it was at least, maybe, like, at most 2 months. So he literally was just trying to, like, tell me, like, listen, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's what happened. So, yeah. And I was just like, I can't believe you. Like, I literally was just like, I can't believe you. Like, you really, like, I don't remember exactly how I said this, but basically I was just like, you really, like, crazy. Like, you're smarter than I thought. Like, basically I was just like, I can't underestimate you or something like that. Like, you really foul. He's like, nah, like, that's not me. I was like, how you gonna tell me that's not you and that's what you did a while ago when you never said nothing? Like, you was just never gonna tell me? He was like, what was I supposed to say? I was like, well, you could have just not let me go into her house. Like, why was I in her house? You literally let me, why couldn't we have gone anywhere else? And what were y'all talking about in the church. Like, he just was really not trying to get into it. Like, he was not trying to tell me anything. And he just wanted to apologize and move on. And I honestly, at that point, since we was in such a good place in our relationship, I did not want to, I just really didn't want to argue to that extent, but I really did want to know. But, like, if I knew more, it probably would have pissed me off more, and we probably would have been arguing for the rest of the day. And honestly, I didn't want to do that either. Like I told you, he was in a great mood, and him in a great mood is just like that's everything you need, you know? Like, having a great mood is a great thing. So I was just like trying to like kind of like to stay in that safe zone where like yelling and curse. Well, I was cursing, but like the disrespectful cursing, like, you know, where you're like F you cursing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was trying not to go there with it and stay in the zone where it's just like we're talking about it, even though we're emotional. Talking about it, you know, I was trying to stay like that with it, but he wasn't even trying to really do that. Like, he just kind of wanted to shut it down, and that, I think, is what pissed me off even more, because it was like I didn't want my feelings to go like overlooked because we're in a good place right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we could have like, but he literally was just like, you really need to stop looking on my phone and looking for stuff that's gonna piss you off. And I was like, are you serious? Okay, pause. Granted, he might have a little point, like a little point, but it's just like, if I was looking on your phone, maybe just have nothing on your phone that would piss me off. You ever thought about trying that? But it's like, okay, kudos to you. I guess you had the chance. Like, you did. Like I said, I was scrolling really far down. Like, I saw nothing. Like, he was good. And that wasn't the only app I was on. I was on his Facebook, all that. But unfortunately, at the time, I didn't know how to use Facebook too well, so I was very confused. But I was still on it, trying to understand what was going on. And his Instagram, too. Like, I was on it. And I was reading messages. But, listen. he was really trying to like tell me like, you need to stop like looking for problems, and I was just like, I'm not trying to look for problems. I'm just trying to make sure you're not playing me behind my back like you are doing, or I mean like you have done like multiple times. And he was just like, all right, I'm about to take a shower. Like, he just shut me down, and he took a shower, and I think I went to talk to my mother about it, or I talked to my sister at the time, the girl who was in the first story time. If y'all didn't look at that one, go look at it. But, yeah, that one, like, I'm pretty sure I either talked to her or my mother, but I'm pretty sure I talked to my sister about it. And I was just venting or whatever, and she was just like, you know what, like, if it's over, it's over. Like, don't make a problem out of something that's deaded. Like, is he still messing with her? Like, did you see any recent text messages between them? And I was like, no. He was okay, so leave it alone. I was like, but, like, I'm mad. And she was like, but he apologized. And I was just like, and I feel like some people just didn't give me the best advice at that time. Like, but that's another story. So yeah, that's about it basically, guys. Like, I definitely got played in my face from the girl. He almost got pregnant while he almost got me pregnant at the same time. So that's crazy, isn't that? It's like so fantastic. Like, oh my gosh, like, I love to hear all about it. It's like, not playing, but it really blew my, like, I was pissed off. Like, I was so mad to the point where I wanted to cry. I wanted to like big bulky tear cry, like like that mad. You ever got that mad where you're just like crying uncontrollably? Like, I was that mad, but like I couldn't show it because I was really trying to keep myself all like contained and everything like that, cool, calm, and collected, so that he doesn't feel like we arguing, you know. But it was just, you guys, you have no idea. Like, I really wish like somebody told me something around that time. Like, I was dead. Like, I was feeling so sick. I was feeling so sick, and it didn't dawn on me. And I'm pretty sure it didn't dawn on me, bro, because I probably would have effed up everything up in there. Oh yeah, like, if it dawned on me while I was in her crib, bro. No, that wouldn't have been good. Or if it dawned on me at church, like, there was just not a really good time for it to dawn on me. I just wish that it dawned on me at least like the next day, you know, like. I mean, like, if not in her house, like, if in church, no, I wouldn't want that. But in her house, like, you know, even though that's not like the best scenario, because, you know, cops and, you know, charges and all that. Like, that's still a thing. But, like, I just had to find out, like, this, like, mad long, like, mad time has passed. It broke my little heart, guys. Y'all have no idea. Like, it hurt me to the point where, it hurt me so bad to the point where I couldn't really enjoy the rest of the evening with him. Like, he really tried. Like, he had got me some food. I love dessert, so, you know, there's that dessert, and he put on a good movie that he knew I wanted to watch. And, you know, that's always a vibe to me. Food, dessert, and a movie, like, that's a perfect date. Especially in the crib. Like, I don't mind going to the actual movie theaters, but in the crib, like, what? I love it. Like, so he really tried. It was just like it was just tough. Like, I was very present. I was, you know, I was trying, but it was just like, you really weird. Like, it was just like, it was dawning on me. Like, I was just like, he's weird. Like, he do weird things. Like, he's foul. Like, it was just, and I hated that all of this information was finally clicking at that point. But I'm not going to talk too much about this period of time in my life because there's so much that I haven't even told y'all yet. So we're just going to pause at this period of time in my life, and then we're going to rewind next Sunday. So I'll see y'all then. Bye. Please stop forgetting to say this. Like, this is the third video now that I'm like, oh wait, like, but oh wait. Please do me a solid, guys. Please do me a big favor and like this video. Just comment, like, if you ever experienced something like this, or if what you would have done if you was in this situation, or whatever. Comment something, like, just, I don't know, comment an emoji, like a heart. I don't know, just comment something. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Check out my other videos and share with your friends, because I really want to get myself deeper into the algorithm so I can share more of my videos with more people. Don't be stingy. Okay? All right. I love y'all.